5 hours ago. I didn't even fucking realize it. Hold on real quick. Let me make sure that I have audio. Hold on. Let me do a sound check real quick. All right. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. All right. Testing. Okay. So, Monkey, you have got to be the dumbest person that I swear to God, I've never ran across somebody so dumb. Okay. Here's the thing about it. You can come on here and say all this dumb stuff because it is a part of your consciousness. You wake up in the morning worried and scared and in fear and sad and loathing and just totally traumatized and angry, and because you can't, nor have you ever gotten your way. You have never, ever, ever gotten what you wanted in life. And the reason why is because it usually involves harm being done to an innocent person. So that's why the poor monkey, hey Lenny Pretty, that's why the poor monkey, boy, you were just so, and you know what, your patheticness, you try to flip it and invert it. Okay. So you make a big goddamn deal. I mean, you know what? If somebody led you, which somebody literally did, if somebody led you to the edge of a fucking cliff for your dumb ass to jump off of it, you would. You literally would. Okay. So, and you know what I can see you doing, monkey? And I'm gonna tell you something straight up and down. First of all, stop trying to make it seem like you were cool with my uncle. Stop. We all know this is your cycle. You're gonna start off like that, but then you're gonna change your tune. So now I'm just this horrible person. You're trying, like, literally trying to shame me because you're a fucking idiot. First of all, I'm not doing anything to anybody except for you. You're the only one who I have rejected. So why are you trying to get it? This is what narcissistic people don't fucking understand. You trying to involve everybody else. First of all, you don't know anything about my uncle. I hear you over there talking all this shit. We do, I didn't listen to it. I didn't. I know you tried to make it shorter because you thought that that would somehow make me listen to the words that you're saying. And I've never liked your voice. Number one. Number two, you can tell that you're possessed by fucking desperation. No woman wants to actually listen to the words of a man who is desperate, except for a desperate, bitter bitch herself. I'm not going to listen to it, but I did hear a clip of you saying, her uncle is so and so and so. That you don't know anything about my uncle. You can tell that when you speak, you don't talk to him. You don't. And the bottom line, monkey, is that my uncle knows that you stalked his sister. And even though my uncle, he forgets things, let's put it like that. And he has to be reminded of certain details, okay? My uncle is fully aware that you stalked and harassed his little sister. That's exactly what we're doing, Lenny Pretty. There has been countless reports. Like, trust me, there's a paper trail. There's been reports filed with the FBI. And on Thursday, I filed a revenge porn charge against him. So I'm just waiting on them to follow up with that. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Monkey, You realize there's nothing illegal about me calling you monkey, right? But there is something illegal about you getting access to information and documents to come on here and stalk me. That is what is illegal. Okay. Not to mention the revenge porn. Not to mention that, which I'm going to get that other photograph taken down where YouTube basically said we can't identify any privacy complaint. And somehow I was speaking to their chat people, and I'm going to have to file the privacy complaint again because apparently a human actually has to look at that because I told the agent because he acts like one, Lenny Pretty, and that's what everybody else calls him. He acts like a monkey. He does. An unintelligent feral monkey is what he acts like. Okay. And then plus I know that he hates it. So nobody over here is giving this fucking crazy ass monkey any respect. And then he looks like a monkey. He does. He looks like a monkey and he's very upset about looking like a fucking monkey. He doesn't like what he looks like. And you know what? He'll say that it has something to do with him being black, but we all have seen black men. It's not our fucking fault. You know what? Like, first of all, the reason why Mike's nose is he got a bell pepper nose is because the nigga keeps snorting coke up his goddamn nose, probably. Snorting coke will make your fucking nose bigger. It will. It will cause nose changes. You can tell by looking at how a person's nose look if they snort coke, because they'll start looking funny and weird. Go look that up. It's a trip. Okay. I don't do drugs at all. Right. But yeah, that's what he is. He's a monkey and he's a stupid monkey too. Quit distracting me, Lenny Pretty. You just want the roast. I'm not roasting that monkey. I'm telling him about his goddamn self. Monkey. The only person that has been committing a crime is you. And to me, what it looks like is that these people in that sector that actually hate your ass, they hate me too, but I'm not proclaiming to be their friends. It seemed like to me they leading you somewhere. Because, okay, you're talking about my uncle, right? Because we know that probably within about 12 to 24 hours, you're going to come on there having a goddamn fit, talking shit about my uncle. We know that that's what you're going to do. You always do that, right? Because you're angry at my uncle. Why? Because my uncle is more accomplished than you. So we all know you're going to go through that phase because that's what narcissistic people do. You start off trying to pretend, oh, I'm just, Jamila's so horrible. But then you're going to talk shit about him, right? My uncle, it's not illegal for him to file an unlawful detainer, even though, he didn't really take the proper steps or whatever. Like, technically, we have an agreed upon date of when we're moving out, and technically, he wasn't supposed to do that. I don't know why the courts allowed that. However, it's still not illegal. It's still not going to hurt me. Okay, my uncle has never put his hands on me. My uncle has never put his hands on me or my children, and my uncle has never verbally abused us. He has done nothing illegal. Guess who is doing everything illegal? It's you, monkey. You are the one that is committing the crimes. It's you. And I don't understand why criminals like yourself don't fucking understand that shit. You are an illegal monkey. Okay? That's just what the fuck it is. You've been running around here stalking everybody. You've been running around here calling people and shit. Haven't you? You've been calling people. You're the only one that's in the wrong. You can't project that to me. Who the fuck told you to become a dumbass flying monkey? Huh? You can't even take responsibility for that. Has my uncle stalked your mother? You stalked my uncle's sister. You know how much my family loved and still love my mother? My uncle, I have to remind him that the monkey, the same dude, stalked his mother. I'm sorry, stalked his sister. You don't have no friends in this family. Now, I will tell you this that like I said, I do believe that there is somebody that is betrayerful, but and I'm not gonna tell my family's business. You know what I'm saying? But let's just put it like this, Mike. If it ever comes out that you slipping some desperate person $50 here and there to give you information about my family, do you know that adds to it? That's actually a crime. Remember when you tried to pay Trinity Time Travels to not talk to me? That is illegal, monkey. Do you not realize that shit? Do you not realize that you have no power in the situation because all you do is commit crimes? I don't know, hunk of fun. It's really weird. I know he ain't engaged to me. I'm going to say this every time I discuss this topic that I have not spoken to Mike since July of 2025. I don't talk to that dude. He's been blocked consistently. He has been known to lie to people and try to make it seem like, he's like my man or something, but he's not. He's not. He's totally fucking delusional. I don't talk to him at all. So it's really bizarre that he feels all this type of way. It's really bizarre. Okay. So, yeah, what my uncle did is not against the law. He didn't really understand that, that can potentially harm me, but I have somewhere to go. Okay. And I'm just going to say it right here is that this is an example of Black people trying to be toxic towards one another. And I believe that it's meant to cause like a distraction or a stir. And there's people that want to prove something about themselves. So I guess I'm cursed or something. And oh my God, oh God, no, that's that's not what's going on. It's not. Okay. So, and it's really stupid. And really, to be honest with you, people already know what the deal is with that. Certain people that are leading him to do what the fuck he does. And first of all, Mike, you are, how you gonna do monstrous stuff and try to make me look like a monster? Do you think that people in the real world are going to somehow empathize with you being upset that I want nothing to do with you? You have again taken the shit too far. You're going too far with it is what you do every fucking time. And I'm not fucking playing with you. I want your ass in jail, and that's exactly where you'll go. That's exactly what the fuck is getting ready to happen, your crazy ass. This gang stalking that they're doing in that thing, it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop, and it is gonna stop. Can you imagine some crazy ass motherfucker running around here totally fucking delusional, One of them goddamn people over there must have told him, you know what, you are her husband. Like, what? You her husband. And you got the right to fight for her. And it's like, no, Mike, you're nobody's husband. You don't do any service to anybody. You are literally, how do I describe you? You are incompetent. You are laissez competent. You are very incompetent, monkey. You are. He's in love with me. Well, he in love by him goddamn self. I would rather not exist in this world than to ever be with somebody like him. And I'm not saying that, I'm crazy or, because I can imagine that there are a lot of women who probably would have unalived themselves by now dealing with that shit. I'm just looking at them like, oh, you have no idea. Monkey, I was trained to deal with your motherfucking ass. Okay? Trained very well on how to deal with a motherfucker like you. Okay? So you're not fucking with me. I can promise you that. Unlike you, who at this point, I don't think the monkey knows the difference between real life and fiction. He's caught up somewhere in his damn mind. His mind is all fucked up, and that has nothing to do with me. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. So kind of saying that he's in love with me kind of puts the blame or the responsibility onto me, and it's not. I want to say that please be careful with that. You would have to be around to watch everything. I don't agree with that hunk of fun. I don't agree. And I think that if you were to do more research and go back to 2013, it would be dangerous and delusional, and it would literally be a detriment to me to be thinking that way, because that's not what it is. There is no love involved. It's more so about control, right? He doesn't, that there's no love there. I'm just telling you, I respect everybody's opinion, but I think that you would have had to have been around. You know what I mean? You would have had to be around, and I'm in love with somebody else. So that ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work out. I don't know what the fuck he gonna do. If this is some kind of monkey love that he thinks that he's in love, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do, because it'll never be reciprocated. I did, when I was dealing with him, I did a lot of fronting for the public, you know what I'm saying, just to get along with him. But in reality, it was just like looking out for, it was like looking out for a retarded person, an invalid. Okay, I know that that's not the PC term, but you know what, fuck it, it's just like looking out for somebody that, and I don't work as a mental patient nurse. That's not my responsibility to have to do that. You know? Okay. And keep in mind that he is factually involved with some pretty disgusting things that obviously involve sex trafficking. He's a lowlife. Never in my life have I ever had any male in my life. Any male in my life. Never. Never. He don't know me. He don't know who the fuck he dealing with. He know what he know. Mike knows what he knows. Mike knows his perception. There has never been any men in my life that have ever treated me like a whore. There's no, it has never fucking happened. So, he needs to take his horror mongering, disgusting ass on somewhere is what he needs to do. Okay, because I don't have anything to do with that. He's trying to treat me like I'm just trash and that's not what it is. And I'm not saying that, I don't agree with the way men treat sex workers, like streetwalkers and stuff. I'm not saying that they're right for doing that, but let's keep it real. Mike is the type of dude that I ended up, getting exposed to that I would have never gotten exposed to before. Okay, Mike came to me via Tiffany. So that's somebody that, you're very mistaken. The monkey is mistaken. There is and there will never be a goddamn thing between us. And I put a binding on it too. May that monkey drop dead. I don't give a fuck. He can drop dead. That's just like last week. He was saying Jamila wants to see me naked. Thirsty and desperate for fucking validation. So we all know that that's not true. Okay, I haven't spoken to you in basically a year. So why wouldn't I call you? This is the thing that y'all got to understand. Keep in mind, this dude, he is dealing with so-called witches, right? Keep that in mind. Now, we all know that there are some fraudulent people out there that will fuck over people like Mike. I think that he has been convinced that he can trap me, that he can have me. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna really get into goddamn detail about it, but so and that's a fucking shame. And he was lying the other day saying that he was lying the other day when he said that he ain't never paid for spiritual work. Yes, the fuck he has. He's lying. Okay, he's lying. But the spiritual work apparently is not powerful enough. And you got personal items of mine. Did y'all know that Mike stole personal items from my home before? Mike, let me tell you something. Every woman in the world deserves better than you. Every woman, every child, everybody deserves more than that, better than you. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think that the dude should have ever been born. Like, something's up with that because, I'm being real. When was the last time you saw a human being behave that way? You don't see it. You don't see it. A lot of people are thinking, oh, he's crazy. What if he does something? Jamila ain't worried. I'm just saying, shit. I'm not worried about him at all. So, he's just going to have to, I think that, yeah, he would love to keep me in his life. That's not meant for that. That's not meant to be. It's not. What would be the purpose? What would be the purpose of me having a connection with Mike? The purpose would be, number one, to kind of feed the sadistic nature of his YouTube following. These are people that the nasty ass nut bucket took videos of me. Keep in mind that I'm gonna tell you something. Every single one of Mike's supporters, you're gonna wish that you had never done it. You're gonna pray for death. Because really, to be honest with you, a lot of these people, they utilize the energies of others. So his following, that's what that's about. It's almost like it turns into an egregore. And don't nobody give a fuck about what you're talking about, Mike. Okay? Y'all gonna drive yourself crazy over there. And really, when you're somebody like me that knows the real deal about what the fuck is going on, I hate Mike so much that I just wish that he would just fucking disappear off the face of the fucking earth. That perverted ass Miss L. And he thinks he's playing with somebody. He knows that I know what Miss L is up to. He was taking sex tapes of me so that he could show them to Miss L. She's disgusting. Talia's a jealous bitch, and she's a lesbian. That's what Mike is surrounded by. A bunch of angry fucking lesbians. That's what he is. Okay? And I believe that the only reason why Miyoko is okay with what he's doing, first of all, it's something strange about this shit. I think that we're right on point when we say that Miyoko has got to be that dude's sister. But that doesn't mean that his family doesn't have like some kind of sick, twisted perverts, and they do have an obsession. Don't nobody give a fuck. Who is that obsession hurting? Is your obsession with me hurting me? Or is it fucking hurting you? Mike, again, you're still hiding from the camera. And you know what? I don't even know what the fuck I look like in the camera. And this lighting up thing. You see how simple it is for me to just come on here and cam up Mike? And you keep talking about, you keep talking like it's something wrong with the fucking way that I look, when it literally is nothing wrong with the way that I just literally blipped on the camera. I've been sweating, ain't did nothing to myself, no fucking makeup on. This is no filter. This is a fucking high-tech, high-definition goddamn camera that I'm looking at it through, but you still cannot cam up because, see, I'm going to tell you the reason why you can't cam up. Because your evil is showing on your face. I'm fine. I'm good. He tries to, oh my God, it's something wrong with the way that she looks. You wish you looked like this. Okay, I woke up like this. And he hates that. He called me one day yelling and screaming at me, talking about, I literally made a quick video on YouTube. This was in 2023. So let's talk about Mike's love. His love. I literally woke up and I just so happened to look in a plain camera, okay? Not no app that, kind of automatically gives you a glow. Like, this is straight from my phone, okay? And I literally woke up and I went live and I said, I woke up like this. I woke up like this. 5 minutes later, Mike was calling me talking about, you are ugly bitch. That nigga got dissociative identity fucking disorder. He's walking around in a man's body. What kind of man does that? Now, obviously, during that time, he just had to let me know how fucking ugly I was, how I wasn't shit, how I look like shit. And there was literally nothing wrong. Like he wants you to see it his way. You look like shit. Mike, cam up. Cam up. You still can't do it. Oh, okay, so you've been around for a while. Uh-huh. Then you know what's up. Running around here trying to cause all this damn ruckus and shit. Talking about some, hey, look at me. Look at me. It's ridiculous. He gonna be laughing his ass all the way to jail. That's why I don't really like to laugh about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not funny. The fact that I actually had revenge porn dropped on me, unacceptable. Unacceptable. I never consented to that shit. I never consented to it. I'm disgusted by it. Threatening somebody, threatening to do something to somebody because you're trying to control them, which I don't know why he's so obsessed with controlling me. You know why? I can tell you why. He's never been able to make a woman have an orgasm. He's never been able to do anything else. It's the fact that he's totally socially inept. He's horrible in bed. He doesn't know how to act like a human being. And he's never had any accomplishments. Mike has literally never had any fucking accomplishments in his life. That house that he lives in, he didn't buy it. So whenever he comes on there and tries to shame other people, he knows that he's talking about himself. He was jealous of that house I was renting over on Cumberland. He was jealous of that. Mike don't own no house. Where? He don't own no house. He don't own nothing. And he's not stupid enough to take that out on the people that he's dependent on, which really shows your lack of appreciation and your lack of good sense. He's really got a lot of anger. He's admitted to me that he wants to kill his whole family. Why is it that everybody else that wanted to do something was just able to go out and fucking do it? He wants to stop other people from accomplishing anything because he literally has never accomplished one thing. He's also trying to take away from the fact that he had to bow down. He had to bow down to the bomb. He hates that. He hates that. He hates the fact that I think personally that the bomb got some information on him. I really don't give a shit, but that's what I think it's about. And he doesn't want the shit to get out there, you know. Again, Mike, you were the one that made the choice to get involved with that black sector. A utter failure. Like, the shit is a failure. I'm sorry. All of it. All of it. And you think you're going to drag me down? You can't. You can't. And you know what? Isn't that the story? Isn't that the life story of every fucked up black person? If as a black person, you all have had to go through a rite of passage. It's a fact. For whatever reason it is, you've had to go through some kind of rite of passage that involves an extremely fucked up black person. This is the first time ever. A failure. He's a failure. Okay? Now, normally women don't have to go through that. Normally, I'm used to men acting like men. Okay. But, it is what it is. Every black person in this world, unfortunately, a lot of us have ran into fucked up ass black people that have no hope, no scruples, no good sense, no common sense, that was trying to drag us down just for the fuck of it. I think that we've all been through that. Okay. Everybody has. It just is what it is. Okay. The evil eye is heavy within that food. The evil eye. Okay. And, so it's something that people really don't understand, a lot, and especially when it comes to black people that are very religious. For me, I'm not even going to lie to you. Uh, you know, um, Everybody has to, at some point, deal with things like that. And like I told y'all, as a woman, things are very different. Something like that can't really be handled the same way a man can handle it. Because we all know how fucking sexist this world is. Now, why would black folk actually make a decision? These are black people, right? Why would they make a decision to literally do any of the things that they've done? To me, somebody that is not an aggressive person, somebody that was not the aggressor. And I think that whatever it is that they're doing, they actually can't do it. And they're wrestling with God. But they want to say, oh, but you're a witch and you're evil. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. And I can promise you that Mike ain't doing nothing, and all of them ain't doing nothing but hurting themselves. So, and something like that would, absolutely cause someone else. I'm not that. I am not that. Even the person that got mad at me and set me up to deal with this dumb shit even told me. Tiffany told me one day, she said, you are the strongest person that I know. She told me that. And she's the one that set all this shit up. But then I'm gonna tell you something. It I do have people that are jealous of me. And why? Okay, Mike, I'm homeless. I'm ugly. Don't nobody want me. I'm this and that. So then, what do you think? You're gonna drag me into the ground? I think that he really thinks that he can run me into the ground, y'all. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, Mike, I'm a little confused about why was your show only 30 minutes long? You wasn't feeling well tonight? Because normally, I mean, you just would keep going and going and going. What's the problem? What's the problem? Having trouble breathing or something? Like, what's going on? You're not feeling well? Hmm? You kind of out of energy there. It's stupid. So, yeah. I just wanted to come on here and say that real quick. That Mike, you're the only one that's gonna go to jail. Everybody else is gonna move on with their life. I'm not gonna go into details about what I'm doing. I'm not, because unfortunately, like, with these black men on here, it's okay for a white person to come on here and talk about their plans, but your own fucking people are gonna try to throw the fucking evil eye at you. Your own fucking people are gonna try to do that. Well, you're not my people, actually. Honestly, I think that black people need to get out of that mindset, because all skin folks ain't kinfolk. All kinfolk ain't skin folk. How did they say that shit? Now what? You've been talking to me for 13 years, Mike. You've dropped revenge porn on me over 500 times, probably more. Now what? You're the only one that's going to jail. Okay? You will be the one to go to prison, Mike. That's it. End of story. So I'll be trying to figure out, like, what the fuck your point is. Huh? I be really, really, really trying to figure them shits out, Mike. It's very confusing. That's why you shouldn't come on here and let angry women, jealous women lead you in life. You're supposed to be a man. So, that's on you. Anyway, I gotta go, y'all. I'm tired. Time to relax. I'll see y'all later. Bye.